We're about 2 weeks into fall camp. How are the guys looking out there?
I was excited today, honestly, about the scrimmages. I probably paid for scrimmaging 86 plays, 85 plays Wednesday, and we got another 85 today. But I think it lost a little bit of its luster, if I was to be honest with you. Wasn't as excited. I thought we did okay. We got better. We didn't waste a day. But it wasn't the same juice that I felt Wednesday for our first real scrimmage. But that's probably me getting punished for scrimmaging twice, in 1 week.
I was going to ask you what led to the 2 scrimmage week. I don't think you've ever done that here.
No, I just, probably the anxiousness of me, hiring someone outside my tree, and I want to give Rick a real chance to be successful. And look, man, let's be honest. And I know none of you guys or girls in here maybe have ever coached. Maybe you have coached. I don't know. We script most of our stuff. So when you know what the scripts, anybody can coach when you're reading the play off. And I have a feeling, like all coaches do, you're going to teach to the script so your kids are not going to mess up. And when you get in a game situation, even though we might have rehearsed what 3 to 6 plays we're going to go over, you don't have time really on the sideline to go over every little detail of the play. So scrimmaging allows more creativity from the play caller. I said, I wasn't going to do that today. So the assistant coaches are off the field. They're not behind them. It's just a lot different to a scrimmage than a controlled, okay, today is going to be 3rd down. We're going to go 3rd and 6, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12. And you work your 3rd and 6 play, your 3rd and 8 play, your 3rd and 10 play, your 3rd and 12 play. That's not the way the game's really played. The negative to the way I'm doing it, by scrimmaging too much, you might not hit all your scripted stuff because you're not following the script. If that makes any sense what I'm saying. You might not have a 3rd and 10 if you just scrimmage all the time. You might not have 1 3rd and 6, and you need to work each one of those calls. So that's what made me do it.
Do I have I guess you've referenced it a few times. I'm just putting pieces together about how you guys gather as a team to watch TV shows to feel more like a family. Is that kind of...
No, just my team meetings I'm pretty intentional about. So I have a morning team meeting group that we meet at 5:30 every morning. So the culture pillar is passion this week. So I allow an offensive coach that's been selected for the year, a defensive coach, a special teams coach, and Alex Nicasio, who has more all other duties assigned than any video guy in the history of the world. We meet in there in the mornings. So whatever idea somebody might have, like for example, what got me on that week, the one about Fresh Prince, the locker room wasn't very clean the day before. And I just remember when I watched Fresh Prince when I believe it was his sister was telling him, like, Mom and Dad are on their way home. You haven't cleaned the house up yet. And he's like, I'll hear when they're here. And she said something like, I think I heard the garage. And then he just starts running around cleaning up everything really quickly and throws it all out the back. Mom comes in, Fresh Prince is like, where's Dad? He said, well, he's out back. Right where he's just on all the clothes. Then he walks in the back door and all the clothes are on top of him. It just was a way for me to, back to my Oreo thing we talked about the other day, come in hot in a friendly way about cleaning the freaking locker room up. And even Fresh Prince had to deal with cleaning it up. And we all have. So it's not like we sit down and watch TV shows. We had a very short coach on our staff that looks like a tattoo from Fantasy Island.
Yeah.
Of course, none of my guys know who that tattoo is. So we showed Fantasy Island where, he's Le Plane. So we just, it's fall count, man. We're up here a lot together. So we try to keep it. But no, we don't sit down and watch TV shows. We just, whatever might fit the moment to teach, I've just found those are good things to do through all my years of doing this.
Have you guys settled on a motto or a hashtag yet?
We haven't, and we're going slower than normal. I don't know. The deal with identity and what's our identity going to be, and still working on it. My team's still working on it. We haven't got all of our individual triangles done yet. We got to get that done by Tuesday. I'd like everybody's triangle to be in their locker by the mock game. So we're working hard to get that done for Allie because she's the one that's going to print them all up.
I was going to ask, are they going to be like on paper, or how do you plan to have that displayed for them to be able to?
Yeah, we're discussing all that too. I imagine it's going to be some type of stock paper that's pretty thick and probably laminated. Whether they drew it, whether that is digital. They've all been uniquely different so far. We've had 5 players speak so far, and all did an unbelievable job. And it's kind of ironic because we've been speaking on the pain of suffering and how some people never learn from their pain of suffering. And that's really sad. So we've been speaking on this, and I'll just leave it at that. The 5 that have gone have done a really good job so far.
Maybe this ties into that. You gave us a really good rundown the other day, but I was curious about the history part. Do you usually want them to highlight something, negative that might have been inspirational, informative, or is it something positive that they look back on, or like what do you want them to get out of that history?
On the history part, no, that's more to me. It's just how we're doing it. Just where are you from? Who are your people? Just like who's Greg? Like, where are you from? Like, was your mom involved? Was your dad, brother? What does that look like? Hardship's kind of more where that comes from, but a lot of that hardship is in that history sometimes, so they can tie in. But like so far, they've all been pretty cool. Like Luke Lopez, Luke's been with me 6 years. He's 24, so the way you put it into perspective, 25% of his life he spent with me, and I was apologizing. There's just some unbelievable perspective. And what I was talking about a while ago about suffering and learning from it. Wisdom's not free. Wisdom costs a lot to become wise. And sadly, most of the reason people are wise, they've suffered a lot. They've been through a lot. And they've learned. When you suffer, you learn about the world, you learn about people, you learn about yourself. But you don't have to learn from it. Some people choose not to. And that's why I like this team. We have some old souls on our team. Like, they might be young, but they're very wise. They've got some wisdom. So I'm excited about that. It doesn't mean we're going to win every one of our games, but I do know if the pain comes, which we hope it doesn't, we're going to learn from the pain. Just I can tell by the wisdom of our team.
What's in the center of your triangle? I don't know if you've gone yet or you don't want to put it out there. Just kind of what is it?
I've told the team I need to hurry. I'm glad there's a deadline Tuesday. I probably switched my pause button 7 times on my E+R=O, and I've probably changed my walk-up song 7 times. Probably 7 different Bible verses now. Yeah, it's what this is driving me crazy now to pick one, but it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. Believe it or not, mine is my mind. It's the negative. It's the ghost of coaching a long time, controlling that. So that's where my mind is. It's like I always tell y'all when y'all might have some, did you think about doing this when it didn't work question. I thought about it 49 million hours. Like I can overanalyze a sandwich. So my mind is the thing I have to control, which is, I'm sure that's a lot of people, but it's the negative, the ghost. And what are you going to do in those moments when that happens? Because you don't want the leader to lose his ability to stay under control. It's okay if you're on the plane and the girl that's feeding you your drink might show emotion, even though they teach her not to. They do a great job of that, but you sure don't want the pilot coming out. So the head coach has got to maintain an order of calmness and stay positive, which I really tried to work extremely hard on doing that. But it's still a struggle every year. And we've never struggled before here until the last 2 years. So the last 2 years, there's been more struggle. So obviously there's more negatives said. So there's more things in your mind that you got to be strong through. So don't have that exactly yet. It'll be something to do with scripture. It'll be something to do with, if I had to guess.
Are you going to write yours out by hand, or you need it nice and clean and typed up?
Kurt's the one that can draw really good. He won every art contest he's ever been in. I drew the same thing for art every time. Never won. I drew a pretty tree with a lake, a fence, white picket fence, nice house, clouds, nice steps, good little sidewalk. Never even made the finals. Whatever Kurt drew got first place. I don't have that eye grade. Mine will be straight, digital, copy paste. There'll be no drawing. Can't even draw a stick man. Terrible.
Coach, last night, Robert Henry, Rashad Wisdom making plays in the NFL. Just talk about those two guys and just what it's like to see two former players ball at the next level like that.
Yeah, I taped them. I was having dinner with a booster who happened to also be a really good friend. But my alerts were going off. Of course, everybody's blowing me up. Diana Wisdom sending me pictures, and Robert's mom, and everybody's just so happy. And of course, I was too. So when I got home, Care Bear fell asleep pretty quickly, so that makes it easier. So I watched both the games. And Trey was out there as well, Trey Moore, and they've been sending me pictures because those things practice before they play. So they got to go against each other the day before as well. They're very proud. As a matter of fact, I sent a message to both of them. Robert sent me a picture and so did Trey. I'm like, I wanted to kill both of you, but for two totally different reasons. So, very proud of all of them. And really proud of Trey, He was the first one that was kind of the big one that left us. And just how he's really maintained a relationship with me and this place. And, he's quick to mention this, that we're the ones that found him, and we didn't create him. God created him, but helped make him. So I was extremely proud of those kids. Kamar plays some meaningful stats for the Raiders as well. And it was interesting seeing Bailey Zappi, the one that threw it to her. So we're adding to the list on poor Zap.
Jeff, how did Owen look this week?
Way better. I thought he struggled early coming out. Doesn't help that Brandon Tennyson's looking like Kyler Murray running around. So he's balling, and Owen was trying to get going. But, man, he's really come on here recently. That scrimmage Wednesday he put on a show. It was impressive. Today we couldn't protect him very well. But when I let the ball go. I don't know if y'all noticed. I call it the sack after it's over, because I want the ball to get thrown down the field. I want the receiver to have a chance. I want the DB to have a chance. Then I go back and retroactively spot it and call sack. I know that's kind of an awkward way to watch a game, but I kind of get the best of both worlds. And he was really good today. I had to give him some sacks. Would they have been sacks? Y'all seen that kid hang in there. He'll hang in there to the very last second. So he was really good. Him and Brandon both have been really good. Really proud of Brandon. He has really had a great spring, great summer, great camp. We've got two really good quarterbacks, and I'm telling you, I'm really pleased with Max and how he has progressed. And, Mark coming here from Oregon, those four have had some good ones. Of course, McGuire's the youngest of all of them, but those older guys that have been here just a little bit. Everybody knows Owen's leaving next year. You can tell the competition is furious right now to try to move into that charity for next year.
With the protection, do you feel like that's more offensive line getting warmed up, or is it the defensive line, really excelling so far in fall camp?
I hope it's our defensive line. Ty Leonard's been giving us fits, and Pee Wee, so I hope that's them. But there's also been some effort plays up front, some MAs by our O-line. So I think Pee Wee and Ty are going to be really good football players, so I hope that's what that is. But we'll find out here pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Jeff, I just had a couple quick questions for you about Pavel Patel. First of all, why was it important for you to have someone on your staff that, you know, comes from this like unconventional background?
I don't think that was what drove me to do it. I do think that's a bonus, there's no doubt. I've just never been afraid to hire anyone that's very smart and has a lot of character. I make jokes. If there's ever a guy you want to try to come work for, if you're really, really smart and you might not have a lot of experience, but you love ball and you love people. I've won a lot of games with some coaches that, you know, might not fit the typical what you think of a football coach. So I just have always liked the kid a lot. You know, when he emailed me all those years ago when he's a student at the University of Texas, and we let him in the receiver room. He just loves ball, loves kids. He's very smart. He's been very loyal to me, extremely loyal. So even though he beats me in golf every time we play, he's like a Martin. He's annoying. But other than that, nothing negative to say about Pavit and his family.
How have you seen him grown from, you know, when he first emailed you as a student at UT to now?
This transition has been huge for us, and he's been the guiding. He has the ear of Rick. He's with Rick all the time. So he's kind of like me when I'm not around. He can tell Rick he's going to want this. He's going to want it done this way. So he's with Rick all the time. So Pavit does so much for us, and, you know, with those quarterbacks. Yeah, he'll end up in the NFL one day if I had to bet you. He's just so good and so smart. And I'll help him if that's what he wants to do. Or calling it for me one day, we'll see.
Jeff, wanted to ask another question about your triangles that you're assigning to the players. So Is this the most extensive sort of assignment that you've given, you know, your players in your head coaching career? And is there anything in your previous career, maybe here as an assistant, that has, you know, helped inspire this or that it reminds you of?
No, I've always been a guy that gets pretty philosophical and deep with my players, but I've done it more a little bit at a time. I'm a guy that believes in, you know, a little bit of cheese goes a long ways. You give somebody too much cheese, it's just not good. I don't have time anymore to be a slow. I'm giving you the analogy also of the brisket. I got to cook my brisket faster. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to come up with ways for us to get to know each other better. I think that's been the strength of my career, but probably the weakness of the last 2 seasons. You know, ironically, our name is the Road Runners. And we've been really bad on the road the last 2 years. So I don't want to be the front runners, because I feel like we've been the front runners the last 2 years. We've been an up and down team. We can beat anybody at home. We can't go get a tough one on the road anymore. What is that? To me, that's an identity issue, that you don't know who you are if you're a front runner. It's easy to be a good person when everything's going good. Where are you when things go bad in life? And we haven't done that. That's a reflection of the head coach. So I'm doing a poor job somehow of not getting my guys to understand what their real identity is. So some really tough decisions have been made by me, you know, some staff changes on everywhere in the building. But I've got to do a better job reaching my players. So that's where that. So no, this is the deepest dive we've ever done so quickly. We've kind of just slow played it for years, knowing I was going to have Frank Harris all the way to the end, knowing I was going to have Rashad Wisdom all the way to the end, knowing that player would start taking over and teaching for me. Well, the guys that would teach for me now, most of those guys are gone. I have some of those guys left, and I'm grateful for them. I really am. But those guys are at Ohio State and A&M and Oklahoma and Houston and Cincinnati and Texas Tech. So it's different, right? So I've got to adjust. I can't be known as the guy that's just mad that I don't have enough money to keep them. I've got to be known as a guy that's got a solution to this problem the best we can with what we've been dealt at UTSA. So I'm just trying to give a solution to this thing.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yep, appreciate it.
Thank you.
I did